The devastating impact of overfishing on Morocco's environment and population is striking. Fishing is at the core of Morocco's economy, employing and feeding millions. In a nation where food scarcity is rampant due to poverty and droughts, fishing is indispensable. However, today, there is an increasingly high demand for Moroccan fish that has led to unsustainable fishing practices. This is mainly due to the sheer amount of fish being exported to other nations. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations estimates that Morocco produces 1.4 million tons of seafood per year. 62% of total fish is captured or exported, most predominantly to the EU. Species such as anchovies, sardines, and octopi have been heavily fished, and this has led to lasting negative impacts on the biodiversity of our oceans and has led to higher fish prices, which are being felt very strongly by the Moroccan lower classes that depend on fish for their survival. The decline of these resources will further challenge the survival of these people and potentially lead to the loss of an important part of our economy.
Internationally, the UN Food and Agriculture Organization reports show that over one-third of all global fish stocks originate from overexploited fish. Morocco, with its vast Atlantic and Mediterranean coast, is no exception to this. Moroccan fish supplies both local communities and the international market. But in this past decade, these supplies have been pushed to their limits. This directly goes against the UN sustainability goal of responsible consumption and production and the sustainability goal of life underwater.
The cause, it's a mix of exploitive mass industrial fishing operations, illegal and unregulated smaller fishing operations, and the stress of high international demands for Moroccan sardines, among other seafoods. Industrial fishing fleets also take over small fishing vessels, which have fished these seas for decades, taking more than the ocean can provide for local fishing communities. The consequences are striking. Fish stocks that sustain generations are declining, and the price of fish is rising, making it harder for families already living on the edge to survive. On a broader scale, overfishing threatens food security as millions of Moroccans, mainly those living in small coastal towns, depend on fish as their primary source of nutrition. The crisis is not part of an isolated problem, but it is tied to a global exploited ocean, which is threatening the future of world food supplies and the economy.
So we did an interview with Yunus Atani, the head of the fisheries in Casablanca. We asked him some questions, so let's start with those. How do foreign interests impact local fishing grounds? He answered with foreign vessels exploit marine resources extensively, which affects national stocks and reduce the shares available to local fishermen. Another question was, do you think overfishing is the main cause of declining catches or the pollution? Do pollution and climate change also play a big role? The decline is caused by a combination of factors, primarily overfishing in addition to pollution and climate change, which worsen the situation.
Ton nom, s'il vous plaît?
C'est Madame Naïma.
Ok. Et qu'est-ce que c'est votre métier?
On faisait de la pêche maritime et spécialement les anchois.
D'accord, merci. Commençons avec le contexte et la vision du secteur. Comment était l'industrie de la pêche au Maroc quand vous avez commencé dans ce domaine? Et comment a-t-elle changé jusqu'à aujourd'hui?
Au départ, notre départ était dans le secteur de la pêche à la fin des années 80. À cette époque, il n'y avait pas beaucoup d'unités de production, mais il y avait beaucoup de demandes qui venaient des pays d'Europe, d'Amérique et d'Asie.
Et selon vous, quelles espèces de poissons ont eu le plus fort déclin? Et quelles en sont les principales causes du point de vue d'un entrepreneur?
En général, comme tout le monde le savait, c'est les sardines et les anchois et les poulpes. Ces trois sortes de poissons étaient les plus affectés étaient affectés dans le secteur maritime. À cause de la pêche abusive et non contrôlée qui ne respecte pas la règle biologique et qui ne respecte pas les quotas donnés par les autorités. Les autorités, comme toujours, c'est le ministre de la Pêche maritime. Aussi, la pollution et le changement climatique affectent toujours les trajets des poissons, qui est suivi des courants favorables pour leur vie.